Today, I'll be presenting about my artificial intelligence course project titled Gitam Virtual Assistant. This is basically building a chatbot from scratch. It is an AI-powered conversational system. This project demonstrates how we can use modern AI models like GPT to create an interactive chatbot that understands and responds to user queries intelligently, similar to ChatGPT but customized for academic environments. Artificial intelligence is the field of computer science that aims to make machines simulate human intelligence. In this project, we have used AI to build a chatbot capable of carrying a conversation, understanding context, and providing helpful answers. The Gitam virtual assistant behaves like a virtual tutor, helping with explanations, examples, and general guidance. The main problem I want to address is that students often spend a lot of time for searching information or clarifying doubts online. Traditional chatbots have predefined replies, can't really understand the user. So we wanted to create a chatbot that comprehend context, reason logically, and generate new responses. Now, not just repeat stored answers. So the key objectives of this project are to integrate OpenAI's GPT model into a custom-built web app, to design a clean, interactive chat interface using Streamlit, to enable real-time response generation and maintain conversation history, and most importantly, to apply AI concepts such as reasoning, learning, and NLP in practical implementations. The system follows a simple three-layer architecture. Front end, it's built with Streamlit for user interaction. In the back end, the OpenAI API, which processes and generates responses, and the communication layer, Python scripts that handle message flow between user and model. This design ensures modularity and smooth data transfer between the components. And the technologies used in this project are we used Python as the main programming language. For frameworks, we use Streamlit for building interactive user interface, OpenAPI to connect to the GPT language model, and supporting libraries such as OS, JSON, Time, and Streamlit. We used Visual Studio Code as the development environment. Coming to working principle, the workflow is simple. The user types a question or message. The message is sent to OpenAI model via the API. The model processes it and generates a response. The response is displayed instantly in the chat interface. This continuous loop forms the basis of an interactive, intelligent conversation. Coming to the code structure, the main Python file is app.py. It is divided into several parts: page configuration, sidebar controls for model and settings, API initialization and key input, chat session state for memory, message loop for streaming replies. The structure is clean and modular, making it easy to extend later. Streamlit interface provides an easy to use chat window. It includes a sidebar where users can select the model, set temperature for creativity, and even download chat history. The interface makes the AI feel like a real assistant instead of a static program. Coming to OpenAI API integration, the OpenAI API is the brain of the assistant. It provides access to advanced models like GPT-4o and GPT-4o Mini. The API keys allow secure connection between the Python app and OpenAI server, enabling smooth text generation. Chat functionality, the chat system is built using Streamlit's chat input and session state. This allows assistant to remember previous messages, ensuring continuity in the conversation. Each response is streamed live, giving user a real-time chat experience. Coming to memory management, the chatbot stores a recent conversation using feature called session state. It also has a feature called keep last entrance function, which limits how many past exchanges are remembered, keeping the performance optimal while maintaining enough context for intelligent responses. Coming to system prompt. The system prompt defines how the assistant behaves. For example, mine is set as you are a helpful tutor, be concise, clear, and step by step where useful. This ensures all responses are educational, professional, and consistent in tone. Large language models. At the core of my project is the concept of large language models or LLMs. These models are trained on vast amounts of text data and can predict the next word in a sequence with higher accuracy. They enable the chatbot to understand meaning, grammar, and context just like humans. They learn patterns and logic via transformers. NLP, it is a branch of AI that deals with understanding and generating human language. It allows the chatbot to interpret the user's intent and provide meaningful answers. Tasks like language translation, text classification, and summarization all comes under NLP. Knowledge representation. In AI, knowledge representation means storing information in a way that computer we can use for reasoning. Models like GPT use transformation architecture, which represents information as numerical embeddings that capture context and meaning. The assistant uses reasoning by analyzing the input prompt and searching within its learned patterns to generate logical responses. This process mimics how human thinks through problems before answering. Machine learning and assistance. GPT models are trained through unsupervised learning and fine tuning using reinforcement learning from human feedback. This process teaches them not only grammar but also the ability to respond appropriately in different contexts. Human AI interaction. The interaction between humans and AI is natural and intuitive in the system. The user types messages in normal languages and AI responds accordingly. It feels like talking to a human because of the model's contextual understanding. Coming to error handling is implemented using try except blocks in Python. If the API fails or the key is invalid, the app displays a clear user-friendly error message instead of crashing. This makes the project stable and reliable. Security and API key handling. Security is very important in any AI project. The API key is hidden using password input fields in Streamlit and can be stored as an environment variable. This prevents unauthorized use of the OpenAI APIs. Coming to advantages, some of the key advantages of chatbot are real-time intelligent replies, easy to deploy and use, modular design for customization, smooth integration of AI theory and application. Just like every coin has two sides, there are a few limitations. It requires internet access to connect with API. There's a cost for token usage. We cannot modify the model's internal logic since it is proprietary. In the future, we plan to improve the project by adding voice input and speech output integration, integrating college-specific data, saving chat history in database, and exploring open source LLMs that can run offline. Coming to the AI concepts covered, the project covers several theoretical topics from AI, including AI fundamentals, natural language processing, machine learning, knowledge representation, intelligent agents, and reasoning. Intelligent agents. The chatbot itself is an intelligent agent. It receives input from the user, reasons about it using the GPT model, and takes action by generating an appropriate response. Ethics and responsible use. AI system must be used responsibly. That means avoiding bias, misinformation, and protecting user data. Our system ensures privacy and is designed only for educational assistance. Coming to results and demonstration, after building the system, we tested it with various academic questions and it performed well in providing meaningful context-based responses. It successfully demonstrates the integration of AI theory into a working interactive system. Coming to conclusion, this project helped me deeply understanding how modern AI systems like chatbots work. I learned how to integrate APIs, manage sessions, and apply NLP and reasoning. The Gitam Virtual Assistant is a small but complete example of how AI can make technology more human and helpful. Now, my friend Ruday will demonstrate the result and show the working of the chatbot.
So today we'll be talking about the Gitam Virtual Assistant. So first we'll be looking at the Open API key. This one is used to access the chatbot that we created from the Open API. Next is Gravely API key. And then we have model. So we are using GPT-5 model. So we can use GPT-4 and GPT-4 mini, and we can use any other models. Next one is temperature. And then we have max tokens, and then we have keep last 10 turns. So max tokens is basically, so we'll be looking at it later in the code. Now we have enabled web grounding to access the web, for the model to access the web, and then show web sources so that the model can access the web and mention the sources to which it has taken. So we can give a query and see here we gave a query, we have choose your program, we have quick eligibility, and then we have apply for GAT, that is Gitam annual test, Gitam admission test, check eligibility. So apply for GAT, attend counseling, confirm admission. So here this process can be specifically chosen for engineering, management, or other program. So and then we have three dots. We have settings, clear cache, which clears the history. Then we have clear chat, record a screenshot, print settings. Now we'll be looking at the code. So first we have few libraries, o OS, JSON, time, Streamlit where we host our server, Streamlit SST, and then we have from, so this is where we are hosting. We have Open API because we use Open AI API key from OpenAI website. We have Travelly. We can access web through Travelly's API. And then these are all paid setup. We have ST page config. They are getting with pasted Gitam AI assistant. So Gitam Virtual Assistant, that's the title. This entire thing is coded in HTML. This image unfortunately hasn't come. So yeah. And then Gitam, so sorry, it's HTML, so it is organized in rows and columns. So Gitam logo is taken in one column and width of the column, etc. And then we have write ask about Gitam courses, faculty or general information. This is the subheader. Yeah, so this ask about Gitam courses or general information. This is the subheader. So since we are using HTML, so we'll be seeing that ask about Gitam courses, faculty or general information. Now these are the sidebar settings. So as you know, these are the sidebar settings. First, we have OpenAI API key. So all of this is done in the VS Code terminal. So we generate an API key from VS Code. Sorry, we generate an API key from OpenAI's website. That's the type is password. So and then Tavily key. Then similar to the OpenAI key, we have three models: GPT-5, GPT-4, GPT-4 Mini. So we chose GPT-5 latest model, and then temperature. So temperature is nothing but the probability of giving the answer. So if you choose higher temperature, the answer won't be concise and precise, and it can go out of the box. Whereas if you choose lower temperature, the answers will be precise, concisive, and then towards it'll be direct. And then yeah, so next we have max tokens. So max token is nothing but the length of our replies. So if we choose huge tokens, will get a bigger reply. Small tokens will get a smaller reply. So and then slider we have keep last 10 turns. That is nothing but it shows the history of our prompts. So 22 and 8. 20 means last 20 prompts will be remembered and with two last two. Next we have enable with grounding, which shows how it's accessing the web. Then we have web sources, which shows the sources through which our bot is accessing, and then we have clear chat. Then we have ST session and experimental. This is to basically manage sessions. So we have API initialization, which is the main part of the API initialization, which is the main part of the program. So first we are generating OpenAI API key to access the OpenAI's models. So yes, OpenAI's models, and then we access yeah. So here all of this is done in VS Code terminal, and then it's similar with Tabulary AI to access the web. So this is the system prompt. So this is the prompt we are giving to the chatbot. So now yeah, messages not in session state. Session dot messages. We are assigning role to the system and then cut it. So next we have prompt, ask a question. This is where we ask the question. Trimmed history. So the thing is we trim the yeah, if you use web and tab, So first you have to search for the prompt and the snippets which are generated by the tabulary web search. Those snippets are appended in the history. So it's a try exception thing. So if the tabulary is not able to access, we'll generate an error. So this reply, there will be no reply. This is another similar try and exception method. So yeah, this is the main chat logic. Chat code is written here. That's it. Done. That's the code.